Dear student, in today's session, we have to discuss some of the examples that we left behind using printf in the last class by using variables, because in the previous class we have used only message part of the printf. Now we have to use the rest of the part of the printf which belongs to formatted string and the list of variable. Before discussing formatted string and list of the variable, we have to discuss some of the important tokens like data types and the variables, because many other tokens are there which will be discussed in the latter part of your lecture. Let's discuss with another simple example before going to data type and variable. Last time we have discussed only one message will be displayed in the output by the printf statement, but now the second example comes into role is we have to write the program where the name and address will display in the different lines on the screen. As usual, again there is no need to discuss header files use, main functions use. Directly we have to comes to the new things that is written clear screen. Why we use clear screen? Clear screen is not mandatory, but it is a function is used to clear the screen. Before getting a fresh output, we have to clean the previous output on the screen which is run previously by another program. And clear screen functions is being defined in the header file, that is conio.h. If you don't use conio.h, in many instances clear screen will not work, but it is not mandatory. Now we have to display two messages. We have written printf /n Sriram. In another printf /n Katak /n, through which we can mix the output in a fresh line or the new line. Means where the cursor in the output screen, it will automatically skip to the new line. In /n Katak, in the second printf, again the cursor will be at the end of a Sriram as the output, but again it will come to the new line. Here we have written double front class. What is the meaning of double front class? It is a command line. Command line means what? What compiler never execute. There are two types of command line. One is a single line command, one is a multi-line command. Double front class is used as single line command. Means this statement will not read by the compiler. For understanding purpose of the user, double front class is used as a command line. Hence, whenever you use /n in other way known as one of the escape sequence, and when the escape sequence things will be coming into role, we have to discuss many other escape sequences like /n. If this program is run in the same way as the previous one, the save is done by file save or F2, run will be done by the help of your control F9 or run menu, and the output will be visualized as window user screen or alt F5 or putting the get.ch at the end of the program what we have not used yet. Then the output will be Sriram and Katak respectively. In this way you have to run many new programs, and again we have to discuss few other program in the latter part, but till now we have only used the message part of the printf. In the next, we have to use what is data type. Until and unless we discuss data type and variable, we cannot discuss the use of formatted string and the variable. What is data type? Data type identifies the nature of a variable. Means in variable which kind of a value you will be storing, that will be represented by the data type. Without defining the data type, you cannot store any value. Just like you carry many bags, but what the content the bag will carry, that is defined by the user. Either it will carry vegetable or it will carry anything else, non-vegetable product or anything else, that has to be defined by the user. Like this, what the variable content, that will be defined by the respective data type, for which data type is being classified into two types: primary data type or primitive data type, secondary data type or derived data type or user defined data type. Primary data type equal means to the primitive data type, secondary data type equally meanings to derived data type or user defined data type. In primary data type, the basic data type which include int for integer, just like storing 10, 20, 30. Char is for character, storing a, b, c, d, etc. point value, we use two kind of data type. One is float, one is double. But the basic difference between the float and double carries maximum amount of value in comparison to float. In the last classes, we have discussed integer takes 2 bytes in memory, character takes 1 byte of memory, float takes 4 byte of memory, and double takes 8 byte of memory. That representation table you will be discussing and giving in your material in the next classes. By using primary data type, we can do many other things in it. Secondary data type might be termed as a complex data type, but without taking primary data type, we cannot do anything in secondary data type. The secondary data type include array, structure, pointer, union, enum, and many other data types will be there. These are the chapter we have to discuss in the latter part. But primary data type is essential for creating or using secondary data type. Without primary data type or basic data type, we cannot do anything in secondary data type. What is the syntax of the data types? We have to take data type, space, variable 1, variable 2, dot dot dot. We can take n number of variables. How we have to define or represent? We have taken some example. Suppose we want to declare an integer variable, we declare int x equal to 10. Int is the data type, x is the variable, 10 is the value as a constant, equal to is the operator. Suppose we want to declare more than one variable, then int x equal to 20, comma y equal to 30, comma is also a operator, x is the variable, 20 is the value, the rightmost value will be stored in the x, assignment is the operator, y equal to 30, y is the variable, 30 is the value, equal to is the operator. Like this, car is the data type, p is the variable, equal to a. Every time character value should be placed within the single quote. Float, variable is k, equal to the operator, 0.9 is the value as the constant. Double is the data type, n is the variable, equal with the operator, 0.8999 is the value as a constant. Like this, many other data types and variable you have to declare in the similar fashion. Sorry. What is variable? As we know, variable are the named location in the memory RAM, and for intermediate processing purposes their utility is needed. Hence, we have to give a name to the variable so that whenever we need, just call it by its name. Like in the world, anything is identified by a name for further use. Like this, when a value is to be stored, that has to be stored in a container as a variable, and variable always take the space in a random access memory. Once we declare the variable, we have to give a name so that we can reuse many often till the program exists. Different types of variable means whatever the data types are there, that much number of variables are there. If you want to declare a variable as integer, the data type is integer. If you want to declare a variable as a character, then the data type is character. If you want to declare a variable as a point value, then the data type can be taken as a float or a double. Then if we now want to use the format string and the variable, now it is the right time, because we have discussed the data type and the variable. On basis of that, we have to declare a program or create a program where we have to store one integer, one character, one float, and one double value, then display. Comes to direct to the logic, there is no requirement of telling the header file or the main functions. We have to direct comes to the logic part. We have to declare an integer variable, hence int x equal to 10. Int is the data type, x is the variable, equal to the operator, 10 is the value, and every C statement must be ended with a semicolon mark. Car, y equal to a. Car is the data type, y is the variable, a is the value. Float, z equal to 9.0. Float is the data type, z is the variable, 9.0 is the value. Double is the data type, n is the variable, 0.989 is the value. And remember, after declaration of the variable, you can use clear skin. If you use clear skin first, then declare the variable. In C, it will display the error, because the rule tells first of all we have to declare the variable, then you have to use the clear skin. Then if you want to display those values on the screen, then we have to use the format string. Previously we have discussed format string. For integer, format string is %ld. For character, format string is %lc. For float, format string is %lf. For double, format string is %lf. This makes your format string. X, y, z, n, these are the list of variable. Means First variable x will display in percentile d. Second variable y will display as the character in percentile c. Third variable is z as point value, as float type as the third value, and the last one is n as the fourth value for double type is percentile lf. In which sequence you have given the format string, in that sequence you have to place the variable, otherwise the compiler will generate error. Suppose percentile d is for x, but first variable if you write y, then the compiler will generate the error and the incorrect output will come. Hence, format string and the list of variable is verified, and if you run the program in the similar way as we discussed in the previous class and this class, the output will be 10, A, 9.0, 0.989 will respectively. You run the program. In the next class, we run such programs in your online editor, because in the last class we run the program in the turbo editor. In the next class we run those program, few program, not all program, few program in the online editor, like C compiler. Then you will be acquainted with both the editor. According to the availability of the software inside you or in your side, you have to use the respective softwares. I think in this class 2 or 3 program we discuss, and we give the idea to you about the data type and the variable and how the format string and the list of variable is used. And in the next class we have to use the scanf function and other examples using the printf function. In today's class I think everybody understands. I hope so. If you are having any doubt, please make the comment, so that if I get the queries from your side, I try my best to solve this problem. If you like this session, please like. Anybody not subscribe, kindly subscribe it, and hoping for giving the best videos which is learn to you and helpful to you in the future. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next class.